Hi everyone, my name is Linken. I'm the Vice President of Food and Beverage for Royal Caribbean International. I'm excited to be with you today to share with you my journey in the hospitality industry. I understand that some of you out there are interested in joining the hospitality business. It's a great industry and there's lots of opportunity to be very successful, but there's a lot of hard work. Let me walk you through my journey. I grew up in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates at the time where Dubai was becoming a truly massive hospitality economy. Some of the biggest and best hotels in the world were being sprouted in Dubai. And I knew from even a young age that I loved to cook and I loved to engage with people. I always had a personality that was outgoing and engaging. And so I decided that I would pursue hospitality as a career. I was blessed by my parents to allow me to go to Switzerland to study hospitality, hotel, and restaurant management. I spent 6 years in Switzerland, and during that time, I worked in a variety of hotels and restaurants, both in Europe but also in the Middle East. This allowed me to learn all of the ropes. I did every job that existed, from washing dishes to serving guests to serving room service to cleaning bathrooms, and really every job in between that you can imagine within a hotel. And this gave me the experiences to be able to understand how all of the inner workings of a hotel or restaurant or a large scale hospitality operation worked. After that time in Europe, I moved to North America and to Toronto, where I became the assistant food and beverage manager at a hotel in downtown Toronto. I ran a multitude of restaurants there and it was my first exposure to unionized environment. So I learned how to manage people on a day-to-day basis and what it took to ensure that I was providing them a great experience just like the guests were getting a great experience. And so after a few years there, I decided to join Red Lobster, one of the Darden restaurant brands at the time. I joined as a frontline restaurant manager, and over a period of 13 years, I grew my career from being a frontline restaurant manager to overseeing 90 restaurants for the company as the vice president of operations for the largest division of the organization. As a student in high school, it's probably hard to decide which industry you want to go into. And I can only share with you my journey and tell you what the pros and cons of the business are. Let me start by saying most people don't get into the hospitality industry because of the money. You've got to really love what you do. And it's got to be a passion. And so for me, one of the greatest things in the world is that I don't get up and go to work every day. I enjoy what I do every day. And so I would tell you, you've got to be passionate about this business because it's hard work and it requires a big commitment to really deal with the day-to-day learning and growing that's required to be successful. So what does it take? What does it look like to be in the cruise business? Prior to the pause during the pandemic, our business is exceptionally dynamic. Because of the global nature of our business, it required a significant amount of travel, and I've been blessed to be able to see really every corner of this planet while working for Royal Caribbean. At the same time, it's a huge operation. During my time here, we've launched 16 new food and beverage concepts. That's brand new restaurants from the ground up across our fleet, from menu development, design of the restaurant, the service model, and the operation. We've also launched the biggest ship in the world while I was here. And during that, just to imagine what that looks like, it's a ship that holds 6,800 guests and another 2,300 crew members. So that's well over 10,000 people. On the ship, we have 60 food and beverage venues. So if you can imagine a team of folks opening up a ship that size with a number of restaurants on board, it is a huge mammoth effort. But for those of you who've ever visited on one of our ships and sailed with us, you'll know that we are committed to delivering the best food and beverage experience that you can possibly imagine, and we have the best crew members in the world that deliver a great experience. But what does a day in my life look like? Well, as the leader of the division of food and beverage within the company, most of my time is spent at our head offices in Miami, Florida, where we engage in strategy of what the future of the business looks like, manage the costs, and come up with new creative ideas to keep our business interesting for our guests. I have, again, a corporate shoreside team who helps come up with ideas and develop processes to continue to improve our business and make it better every single day. So if I was thinking about you and your qualifications required for the business, I would say the first thing you need to do is make sure that it's the right choice for you. It's really easy to get into the hospitality business at the ground level. Today, as a high schooler, you can find a part-time job in your neighborhood restaurant. I highly recommend that because it's a really good way to understand if it's the right job for you. And whether that means washing dishes, bussing tables, being a barback, being a server or bartender, all of those jobs add experiences that make you better as a leader. And so my advice to you is if you want to join this business is to get in and learn the ropes from the ground up. This provides you a lot of credibility in the future if you know the jobs that you're going to be holding people accountable to doing. One of the advantages, like I said earlier, is I've had this opportunity to work in every part of this business. And so even today, if I'm in a restaurant, I innately understand what's happening in the operation. I can see where the opportunities are to get better, and I can see what we're doing really well and be able to recognize our team when we're doing things really, really well, and be able to redirect the business when things aren't quite right. I think it's the best business in the world. I have this opportunity to really focus on delivering amazing vacations to our guests through what's on their plate and in their glass. And I think it's such an important part of this experience. I think today, in the world of Food Network, in the world of Instagram, everybody's focused on food and beverage. And so the challenge of my business is that everybody is an expert. Everybody knows what they like. Everybody knows what they don't like, what looks nice and what doesn't look nice. And so it has got its challenges, and there's parts of the business that are really difficult, and guests have higher expectations today than they had a year, 2 years, or 3 years ago, and that'll continue to happen. But when you put a smile on someone's face, when they get up from their meal and they shake your hand and say, wow, that was one of the best meals I've ever had, that is something you'll remember for a lifetime. So I encourage you to go out there, get a first opportunity in the hospitality business, roll up your sleeves and get dirty. And if you enjoy it and you go home every day saying, wow, that was a fun day, then you've probably found the right business for you. I love it. You're going to have a great time. It was nice talking to all of you. Best of luck in your careers. Thanks.